Joining me now from Auburn, Maine, former Maine State Senator and Republican congressional candidate for Maine District 2, Eric Brakey. Eric, on your website, I saw something that caught my eye. Regulation without representation. I had to think about that. Regulation without representation. And then it dawned on me, this is what I've been preaching on this program for many, many years now. We have different facets of our federal government, say, for example, the EPA, that has quasi-lawmaking authority with quasi-criminal consequences. And this is not what the framers of the Constitution prescribed, is it?
I think you're absolutely right. You know, our system of government was supposed to be one where we elected people to make these decisions on our behalf. But more and more our elected officials are just window dressing in Washington, D.C. The big decisions are being made by these unelected agencies, and that's why they need to be reined in. No regulation without representation.
Life in Maine, I think a lot of people have a vision of it. It's rather bucolic, you know, almost like a giant farm town, if you will. That may not be a misrepresentation of life there. It's a lot of rural country. What do voters want in Maine? What's the pulse of voters in Maine right now?
Well, speaking for up here in northern Maine, in the 2nd Congressional District of Maine, we still have that very frontier attitude. We generally just want the government to leave us alone. Let us live our lives. Let us keep the fruits of our labor. Let us don't touch our guns. Let us be free to defend ourselves and our families. But you got all of these big, government politicians who have all the new solutions to all of our problems. But you know what? They keep making our problems worse. Washington, D.C. needs to leave us alone.
Maine District 2 is one of the largest congressional districts in the country. It's the largest, in fact, east of the Mississippi. 80% of the entire state is represented in District 2, 72% rural. It leans Republican. Jared Golden is the current member of Congress, and I use air quotes, representing Maine, with a Liberty score of F. 7%. Can't get much worse than that. And this guy, Jared Golden, kind of split the vote on impeachment, we should note. He voted for abuse of power, but against obstruction of Congress. Is that what voters in Maine wanted? They want the President of the United States removed and this robust economy removed along with it?
You know, our Congressman Jared Golden would like us to think that if he split the difference, that we'd be able to keep our president on weekends and holidays if he only impeached him on one count instead of two. But we all know what he really did. He voted to impeach the president that overwhelmingly was elected by Maine's 2nd Congressional District. And that's why I'm running for Congress. I'm a proven constitutional champion. I passed constitutional carry, I reformed welfare, and I'm ready to take the fight to Washington, D.C.
Bringing constitutional carry, that's effectively open carry to a state, is a big deal. Of course, you would be going to Congress, and you're going to be facing things like red flag laws. And we've seen the slow creep of red flag laws happening in Virginia. It's too late in California. Many other states have red flag laws. This is a wholesale attack on the Bill of Rights, on at least 5 or 6 elements of the Bill of Rights. And so you've got to throw up a stop sign in Congress before they start doing it there.
You know, Thomas Jefferson told us how to stop this. He told us when the people fear the government, there's tyranny, but when the government fears the people, there's liberty. And that's how we stopped red flag here in Maine. I organized thousands and thousands of Maine gun owners, even with Democrats in charge of our state government in Augusta. We put the pressure on them to let them know there would be political consequences if they passed red flag laws, essentially targeting law-abiding citizens for gun confiscation with no notice and no due process. I'm ready to take that same fight to Washington. This violates our Bill of Rights on so many levels, and it should not be tolerated.
For folks who want more information on you, the website is Eric Brakey. That's B-R-A-K-E-Y, ericbrakey.com. ericbrakey.com. Super Tuesday, just 2 weeks away. So good luck, Eric, and keep us informed. Thank you.